morning, children. So today we will solve the remaining exercise question of the chapter Atoms and Molecules, that is chapter 3. So the question is, calculate molar mass of the following substances. We have to calculate the molar mass. You should know molar mass means mass of 1 mole of atoms or 1 mole of molecules. So we have to find out the molar mass of following molecules. The first one is ethyne. When you see the chemical formula of ethyne, it is C2H2. And to calculate the molar mass of ethyne, we have to first calculate the molecular mass of ethyne, that is mass of 1 molecule of ethyne. So we'll just first calculate the molecular mass of ethyne, that is C2H2 is equal to 2 into atomic mass of carbon, that is 12U, plus 2 into atomic mass of hydrogen, that is 1U. We'll get here 24U plus 2U, and total we are getting 26U. Okay, so molecular mass of ethyne we got 26U. So directly we can predict the molar mass. So molar mass of ethyne C2H2 will be just by replacing the unit U by gram, will get the molar mass of ethyne, that is C2H2. There is one more method where you can find out the molar mass. When you get the molecular mass of ethyne, that is mass of 1 molecule of ethyne, and you have to calculate mass of 1 mole of ethyne, that is molar mass of ethyne. So what you can do is, you can molar mass of ethyne will be equal to molecular mass, how much we have got, 26, into, we will multiply it with Avogadro number of molecules, it is 6.022 into 10 to power 23 molecules, and we again will multiply it with 1.67 into 10 to power minus 24 gram. To convert U into gram, we have to multiply it with 1.67 into 10 to power minus 24. Okay, so when you calculate all this, you will get 26 gram. Okay, so directly, so from 26U, 26 gram is calculated by this method only, but directly you can just show it by just changing the unit U with gram. Okay, by gram. Okay, so likewise you can do for the other substances or molecules also. The second one is sulfur molecule. Sulfur molecule, if you see, it is in the form of S8. Okay, so here also we will first calculate molecular mass of sulfur, that is S8, and it will be 8 into atomic mass of sulfur. What is the atomic mass of sulfur? Atomic mass of sulfur is 32U. Okay, so we will just multiply it and we will get 256U. Okay, so now we want to calculate molar mass. So what you can do is, you can just multiply this value with 6.022 in 10 to power 23 number of molecules of sulfur into 1.67 into 10 to power minus 24, and you will get how much? You will get molar mass of sulfur will get 256 gram. Directly you can just replace the unit and you will get 256 gram. So like that you can solve for other molecules also. The next one is phosphorus molecule. So phosphorus molecule is in the form of P4, as we have discussed before also. So here also we will first find out the molecular mass of phosphorus, that is P4, and it is equal to 4 into atomic mass of phosphorus. What is the atomic mass of phosphorus? Atomic mass of phosphorus is 31 U. Okay, and we will get here 124 U. Okay, so directly we can write, so molar mass of phosphorus will be 124 gram. Okay, so this is the method how you can find out the molar mass of different atoms or molecules. Okay, question is, what is the mass of 1 mole of nitrogen atoms? So to find out the mass of 1 mole of nitrogen atoms, we can use the equation, that is number of moles is equal to mass divided by molar mass. Okay, so number of moles we know, it is given, it is 1 mole, and molar mass of nitrogen atom will calculate. So mass can be calculated. These two value we know, so we can calculate the mass. So atomic mass of, we will calculate the molar mass of nitrogen atom first. So for that we need atomic mass of nitrogen atom, that is N. It is equal to how much? 14 U. Okay, so automatically molar mass of nitrogen atom N will be equal to 14 gram. So this value we will put here. Okay, so number of moles is how much? 1 mole is equal to mass we have to calculate divided by molar mass. We have just got the value 14 gram. Okay, so 1 into 14 gram will be equal to the mass, and 14 gram we have got the mass of 1 mole of nitrogen atoms. Okay, so by using this equation we can calculate the mass of 1 mole of nitrogen atom, that is 14 gram. There is one more method. So you know mass of 1 mole of nitrogen atom is asking. So mass of 1 mole of nitrogen atom is nothing but the molar mass of nitrogen atoms it is asking, because molar mass is nothing but what? Mass of 1 mole of nitrogen atom. So you can use the unitary method also to solve the question. So here you know atomic mass of nitrogen atoms is equal to 14 gram. Okay, so mass of 1 mole of nitrogen atom will be how much? 14 U. So mass of 1 mole of nitrogen atom will be 14 gram. Like that you can write and calculate. Okay, now next question is 10 moles of sodium sulfite. So mass of 10 mole of sodium sulfite we have to calculate. What is the mass of 10 moles of sodium sulfite? Okay, so we will use the same equation, number of moles is equal to mass divided by molar mass. Okay, number of moles is given in the question, 10 moles. Molar mass of sodium sulfide we will just calculate, and then we can get the value of mass of 10 moles of sodium sulfide. Okay, so you know, so molar mass, so we will just write molecular mass of sodium sulfide. Sodium sulfide is what? Na2SO3. It is equal to, how we will calculate? 2 into atomic mass of sodium, that is 23U, plus atomic mass of sulfur. Atomic mass of sulfur is how much? 32, plus 3 into atomic mass of oxygen, that is 16U. Okay, here also U. Okay, so we will get here 23 into 2, 46U plus 32U plus 3 into 16, it is 48U. Okay, so we will get here 126U. So molecular mass of sodium sulfite is 126U. So molar mass of sodium sulfite will be 126 gram. Directly we will have got. So we will put it in the equation. Okay, so we'll just write it again. Number of moles is equal to mass by molar mass. Number of moles is 10 moles. So 10 is equal to mass we have to calculate divided by molar mass. We have got 126 gram. So 126 gram. We'll just do the simplification of 126 gram is equal to mass. And we will get how much? 1260 gram would be the mass of 10 moles of sodium sulfite. Okay, so by using this equation we can easily calculate the mass. Okay, one more method, as I just discussed before also, you can just see the question and it is given 10 moles of sodium sulfite. Mass of 10 moles of sodium sulfite we have to calculate. So for that we should know mass of 1 mole of sodium sulfite is equal to mass of 1 mole of sodium sulfite. First we know what is the mass of 1 mole of sodium sulfite. Mass of 1 mole of sodium sulfite means molar mass of sodium sulfite, that we have already calculated here, 126 gram. So just we will write one sentence. Mass of 1 mole of sodium sulfite is equal to 126 gram. So mass of 10 moles, it is asking in the question, 10 moles. So mass of 10 moles of sodium sulfite will be equal to, we'll do the unitary method, 10 into 126 gram divided by 1 mole. Okay, and we will get here how much? 1260 10 moles. Okay, 10 moles. So we will get here 10 into 126, 1260 gram. So mass of 10 moles of sodium sulfide is 1260 grams we have got. So either of the method you can just use the formula and calculate, or by writing the sentence and doing the unitary method you can get the answer. Okay, so this is the second method. So like that you can calculate mass of different moles of different compounds. Okay, next question is calculate the number of molecules of sulfur acid present in 16 gram of solid sulfur. So it is asking to calculate number of molecules of sulfur in 16 gram of solid sulfur. Okay, so things related to it we will first write what is there in our mind. Okay, so things related to molecules of sulfur and things related to mass of the sulfur. Okay, so you know that 1 mole of sulfur is equal to how many grams? 1 mole of sulfur means molar mass of sulfur. So molar mass we just can calculate by using molecular mass of sulfur 256 U we got, so molar mass will be 256 gram. This is the 1 mole of sulfur molecules. Okay, so 1 mole of sulfur molecules is equal to 256 gram. We know that. Okay, and we also know 1 mole of sulfur is equal to 6.022 into 10 to power 23 molecules of sulfur. Okay, we also know from these two equation we can get one more equation. 1 mole 256 gram, 1 mole 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. So 256 gram is equal to 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules, because in right hand side you have same thing. Okay, so we can write as, so 256 gram of sulfur contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules of sulfur. Okay, so 256 gram of sulfur contains 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules of sulfur. We have got from these two equations. Okay, so what is asking? So 16 gram of solid sulfur contains how many molecules? Number of molecules. We will just write 16 gram of sulfur contains, we'll apply the unitary method, contains 16 gram into 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules of sulfur divided by, it is acid, divided by 256 gram. 256 gram. Gram will cancel, and when we solve this we will get 0.376 into 10 to the power 23, that is equal to 3.76 into 10 to the power 23 molecules of sulfur. So it is only asking us 16 gram of sulfur contains 3.76 into 10 to the power 22 molecules of sulfur. Okay, so like that you can calculate. There is one more method you can apply by just direct using the equation or direct using the formula. You can solve this question. How? You know one formula, that number of atoms or number of molecules is equal to given mass by molar mass into Avogadro number of atoms or molecules. You know that. Okay, so since we have to calculate number of molecules here, so we will just write here number of sulfur molecules is equal to mass by molecular mass divided by Avogadro number of sulfur, Avogadro number of sulfur molecules. Okay, so number of sulfur molecules we have to calculate. Mass is given, that is 16 gram of solid sulfur. This is 16 gram divided by molar mass of sulfur. We have calculated 256 gram. So 256 gram into Avogadro number we know. How much? 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. Okay, so this will cancel gram, and when we solve this we will again get 3.76 into 10 to the power 23 molecules of sulfur. It is S8. So number of sulfur molecules, how much we have got? 3.76 into 10 to the power 23 in 16 gram of solid sulfur. So either of the methods you can apply. whichever you feel it is easy for you to calculate, either from this method or this one. By this, using the direct equation, you can solve this. We will see some homework questions. First homework question was given, write the chemical formula of the following. So there you had to show the chemical formula of following compounds by 6x method. So instead of just writing directly the chemical formula, I expected you to first show me the 6x, and most of you have done it also. So we'll just see aluminum chloride. You know, aluminum has the charge +3 net charge on it, and chloride ion is in the form of Cl minus. So now the ions here are aluminum and chloride, and if you see the valency, so it is number of net charge. We know number of net charge, so number is 3. Aluminum has 3 valency, and chloride ions, so it has, chlorine has 1 valency on it. So we'll do 6x and we will get Al1Cl3, which can be written as AlCl3. So chemical formula of aluminum chloride is AlCl3. Now chalk. So chalk, I just gave you the common name, and I wanted you to write the chemical name of that. First predict the chemical name and then the chemical formula. So chemical name of chalk is calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate. Okay. So in calcium carbonate, you have the elements calcium and ions, calcium and carbonate. Okay. And if you see the valency, so net charge calcium ion acquires on it is 2 +2 in a +2, and net charge on carbonate is -2. So valency will be 2 here. So we will do 6x and we will get Ca2CO3 whole 2, and we will, when simplify it, we will get CaCO3. So chemical formula of chalk is CaCO3, or chemical formula of calcium chloride is CaCO3. Next one was given iron chloride. So in iron chloride, I did not specify whether it is iron 2 chloride or iron 3 chloride, that is ferrous and ferric chloride. So I wanted you to write both the formulas, that is of ferric chloride also and ferrous chloride also. So some of you have done it correctly, and some of you have just, either you have written the formula of ferric chloride and some of you have written the formula of ferrous chloride. Okay, but you have to show both the things, because here iron chloride does not clear whether it is ferrous or ferric. So those who have just done predicted the formula of ferric chloride or ferrous chloride, so I just suggest you people that you write both the formulas, that is of ferric chloride also and ferrous chloride also. Okay, so first we'll write iron chloride. If it is in the form of iron 1 chloride, sorry, iron 2 chloride, or it may be in the form of iron 3 chloride. Okay, if it is iron 2 chloride, it is called as ferrous chloride, and if it is in the form of iron 3 chloride, then it is called as ferric chloride. Okay, so ferrous chloride means iron has 2 positive net charges on it. Okay, and chloride as well -1. And if it is ferric chloride, that means iron has 3 net positive charge on it, and chloride as well -1. So now we will predict the formula here. So ions here are Fe(N), here Cl, and if you see the valence, it is 2 and here it is 1 negative charge, so number is 1. So when we do the cis cross, we will get Fe1Cl2, which can be written as FeCl2. So ferrous chloride or iron chloride will have the formula FeCl2. Okay, now if it is ferric chloride, so ions here are Fe and Cl and their valencies are 3 and 1, and when we will do the cis cross, then we will get Fe1Cl3, which could be written as FeCl3. So this formula is of ferric chloride or iron 3 chloride. So like that you can write it, as I discussed in the last video about the copper sulfate or copper chloride. So there also I have not mentioned whether it is cupric or cuprous. So I predicted both cupric chloride and cuprous chloride chemical formula. Like that, in case of iron chloride, you have to show both iron 2 chloride and iron 3 chloride chemical formula. Okay. Now the next one is into moles. First is 22 gram of carbon dioxide. So we have to convert 22 grams of carbon dioxide into moles. So we will use the direct equation. Number of moles is equal to mass by molar mass. Okay, so mass is given, it is 22 gram divided by molar mass of carbon dioxide. We have to calculate. For that we need molecular mass also. So molecular mass of CO2 is equal to 12U plus 2 into 16U. Okay, so we are getting 12U plus 32U, which is equal to 44U. Okay, so molar mass of CO2 will be 44 gram. Okay, so this value we will put here 44 gram, and when we simplify this, we will get 1 by 2, which is equal to 0.5. That is 0.5 mole we got. So 22 gram of carbon dioxide means it is 0.5 mole. I told you we can use one more method. 1 mole, like that you can write 44 gram of CO2 is equal to 1 mole of CO2. You know, 44 molar mass of CO2, we have got 44 gram. It means what? It is 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Okay, so we can write 44 gram of carbon dioxide is equal to 1 mole of carbon dioxide. Okay, so we have to calculate in 22 grams of carbon dioxide what is the mole. So 22 gram of carbon dioxide is equal to, we will write 22 unity method, we can apply 22 gram into 1 mole divided by this one 44 gram. We will get 1 by 2. Okay, that is equal to 0.5 mole. Okay, this is the other method. Okay, so I can just write here or. So there are two methods you can use, either of them, to calculate number of moles. Second, in this question only, second one, we have to calculate moles of 40 gram of sodium hydroxide. Okay, so sodium hydroxide means the chemical formula is NaOH, you know. Okay, so we will again do the same equation. By same equation, name of number of moles is equal to mass by molar mass. Okay, what is the mass given? 40 gram divided by molar mass of sodium hydroxide we need to solve this. So again we will calculate by molecular mass only. Molecular mass of sodium hydroxide, that is NaOH, is equal to atomic mass of sodium, that is 23U, plus atomic mass of oxygen, that is 16U, plus atomic mass of hydrogen, it is 1U. So we will get 23 plus 16 plus 1, we will get here how much? 40U. So molar mass of NaOH would be how much? 40 gram. Okay, this value we will put here, 40 gram. We will cut and we will get here 1 mole. Okay, so 40 gram of sodium hydroxide, it is 1 mole. We can directly use one more method. By one more method, when we calculate molar mass of NaOH, that is 40 gram, when we get this value, we can directly write that molar mass of NaOH is 40 gram. That means one number of moles is, that means 1 mole of NaOH is equal to 40 gram. So directly 40 gram of sodium hydroxide is equal to how many moles we have to calculate. So molar mass only is 40 grams, so it is the value of 1 mole only. So we will write that 1 mole of sodium hydroxide is there in 40 grams of sodium hydroxide. So it's there is no use to do Newton method and all. Directly you can just write in one sentence only by just calculating the molar mass of NaOH, which is 40 grams. So you can just write, so 40 gram of sodium hydroxide means it is 1 mole of sodium hydroxide in it. Okay, next one is write the names of the elements present in first marble and second is slag lime I gave you. Okay, so name of the element present in marble. So for that we should first predict what is the chemical name and the chemical formula of marble. So marble chemical name is calcium carbonate. Okay, so chemical name of marble is calcium carbonate. So its chemical formula is what? CaCO3. Now if we got the chemical formula, we can write the elements present in it are first calcium, second carbon and third oxygen. So elements are calcium, carbon and oxygen. Okay, so like that we can write for slag lime. Slag lime, in the previous video also I have mentioned the chemical name or IUPAC name of slag lime. So chemical name or IUPAC name of slag lime is calcium hydroxide, and if you see the chemical formula, it is CaOH whole 2. It is calcium hydroxide. Okay, so calcium, oxygen and hydrogen are the elements present. So elements are calcium, oxygen and hydrogen. So these are like that you can write for different material also. So this was about your exercise question. Just go through, keep revising all the exercise questions and do the correction if it is there. Okay, thank you.